Welcome to Virtual Quilt Market, the Spring 2021 edition. I'm Joanna Figueroa from Fig Tree Quilts, and I wanted to welcome you to my little corner of the virtual market. Normally we have our market line that drops in May for stores to see, and so we're not quite ready to show you guys that brand new line. But what I wanted to talk with you guys about today is some of our lines that are coming in the next couple of months and the various things that you can do with the patterns. Just as a reminder, our strawberries and rhubarb collection is about to hit shops in the next couple of weeks, and that's what this one looks like. And those would be these patterns that you see here on my left. We have a whole nother video that really showcases those if you want to take a look. And then a few months after that, we have our Pumpkins and Blossoms, which is our new take on our vintage Halloween palette that so many of you guys have fallen in love with over the last year and a half. And as you can see, it has the addition of that great green. And I'm going to talk to you guys about how to blend that with All Hallows Eve and go through some of those patterns with you guys today. So hopefully you guys will join me for the rest of my presentation, and if you are here for the virtual quilt market, I will be around after for any kind of Q&A, so please have your questions ready. Hi guys, this is Joanna Figueroa from Fig Tree Quilts, and I wanted to share some about one of my upcoming lines with you. It's called Pumpkins and Blossoms, and here is the bundle of it. It's a new take on my vintage Halloween palette, and it blends perfectly with All Hallows Eve, which I hear is coming in with another printing soon. So I just wanted to show you guys some of the Pumpkins and Blossoms projects and talk a little bit about how it blends and how we can use it together with the All Hallows Eve that you might still have. So the first pattern or project I wanted to share with you is the one right behind me. It's called Pumpkin Farm, and you guys, if you follow me, you know that I'm of the philosophy that there's no such thing as too many pumpkin quilts, and so we've added a new one with this little touch of green in there, which is part of what sets off the Pumpkins and Blossoms collection. It's kind of our classic vintage orange that we've been loving for so long, and we've added kind of that fig tree green to the collection and changed out the black into kind of a charcoal color. So I'm going to show you that and a couple of the patterns too and the difference in those. And then the second pattern that I wanted to show you guys that I just love is called Laurel Wreaths. And I just finished binding this one recently. It's a little bit of a close-up right there. It's a really fun graphic block that uses flying geese to create that block right there, and with a classic sawtooth star in the center. Again, it uses a real good assortment of the Pumpkins and Blossoms collection, and it's a really unique take on a new block for me. So that's Laurel Wreaths, and as you can see on the back, this is a print from my All Hallows Eve collection. I didn't have enough yardage at the time of making for the new one. So the orange is exactly the same, basically from the two lines. So it's really a great opportunity to blend them. We have that. And then we have this fabulous classic pattern called Midnight Moon. There it is up close a little bit. And this Moda has available in one of those fantastic limited edition boxed kits. And this is a really fun, simple take on Carpenter Star block here, and using my favorite sew and flip method and all of these pieces so that you don't have to struggle with bias. And again, that's Midnight Moon on the pattern. You can see that it can be done in several different color combinations. So we have shown it here with the black background, but also with the cream background for a totally different look. That's what that pattern looks like. Same with the Pumpkin Farm that I showed you. You can do it on a taupe background, There's actually a larger size in the pattern and or the cream background that I have behind me. And then the laurel wreaths with the one size with a mix of 16 different quarter yards. So those are those 3 patterns. The other pattern that I wanted to highlight for you guys to become one of our all-time best-selling Halloween patterns is the Pumpkins in a Row pattern that we did here with the All Hallows Eve line, but would look equally fantastic in this Pumpkins and Blossoms line. And it uses a charm pack. And I have a tutorial on my YouTube channel for a simple way to do these prairie points that I just love. I'm a little bit addicted with the prairie points. I kind of want to add them to so many different quilts. I kind of have to keep myself back. But if you guys want to check out that YouTube video or share it with your customers if you're a shop owner, it's a really simple and fun way to add so much character to a quilt. So that's Pumpkins in a Row. They can be done with the Pumpkins and Blossoms collection. And then of course there's also our other super popular charm pack pattern called Pumpkin Trio. This one is done in All Hallows Eve, but just for comparison, I'll just show you guys the 2 lines right up front next to each other. So this is made from All Hallows Eve, and this is made from the new Pumpkins and Blossom coming up. So the black is a little bit different from the charcoal, but it's very easy to add blacks in that you already have into that mix if you want to have something a tiny bit darker, or stick with the new kind of smoky charcoal color that's in the collection that's just a tiny bit faded, just for a fabulous twist on that warm black that we like so much. So I just wanted to show you guys those. As you can see behind me, we have a whole variety and a whole array of the Halloween quilts, and I just wanted to show you guys a little trunk show of those right now. Welcome back. I wanted to show you guys a trunk show of some of our best-selling Halloween quilts made out of either our All Hallows Eve collection or our Pumpkins and Blossoms collection. So I'm going to start off with these little ones. Starting off with the simple Pumpkins in a Row quilt with these fabulous prairie points made out of a charm pack. And our other small pattern made with a charm pack, Pumpkin Trio. A really fun, large pieces, fun pumpkins. Would be great with Pumpkins and Blossoms fabric because you could add in one of those yummy greens in there. This is probably our best-selling All Hallows Eve pattern. It's a block of the month. It's laid out in 12 months if you're a store owner for a really easy breakdown. And let me see if I can show you the whole pattern like that. I know that there are at least a few different shops that are planning on running this already out of the Pumpkins and Blossoms collection. So I really recommend that you guys look into that if you're interested. And if you really want some of the black in addition to the charcoal, then I think it's fairly simple to add in some great black prints from your stash or your shop if you're a shop owner. This is called Midnight Stars, I think. No, Checkerboard Stars. I'm telling you guys, after I name so many of these things, half the time I can't remember. This is just a classic star pattern made out of the All Hallows Eve collection. Really fun way to do some strip sets of for those checkerboards. This one is called All Hallows Medallion, and it's again a great quilt to do as a class or in shop. You can work on those different borders. So it starts off with one center block and then has some fun borders to add to it that really make the quilt. This is a favorite also. And one of our most widely shown on social media is our Pumpkins and Cream We basically pulled out all the oranges and grays from All Hallows Eve. Could be done exactly as in the same feel from the Pumpkins and Blossoms collection. And they're nice large-sized pumpkins done in just creams and grays and oranges. If you want to compare to the one that's hanging behind me in terms of size, these new pumpkins on the pumpkin farm are much smaller. You guys can see that right there with the green, and the stems are longer. It's a different feel. This literally feels more like pumpkins growing on a vine, and these are more like jack-o'-lanterns. So that's just the difference right there in those two. Next up is Midnight Crossing, made out of All Hallows Eve. Really fun block. Really enjoyed making this one. Stars and some sew and flip pieces in the center, some charm with some 9 patches. Okay. This one coming up, this one right here is called Halloween Harlequin. And sorry, all those quilts are falling down behind me. This is made with a layer cake and a template that you can just either trace, or there's also a mathematical way to do this in the pattern so that you don't have to use a template at all. Really loved playing around with this graphic feel. And that's also out of the All Hallows Eve, would look equally fabulous with the Pumpkins and Blossoms. And these are, besides the one behind me, the Pumpkin Farm, and is made with the new Pumpkins and Blossoms. There's the Laurel Wreath, which I love. It's such a graphic block, and one that I'm really happy with how it turned out. It's a very unique one. Fun to make. Although this one is a little bit more, it takes a little bit of time. I really loved that one. And Midnight Moon, which is the boxed kit that comes with the Pumpkins and Blossoms collection. And when I say boxed kit from Moda, with many of the collections, Moda chooses one of their favorite patterns and they box it into these beautiful cardboard limited edition boxed sets. And so anytime I refer to a kit in a box, that's what I'm talking about. So this is called Midnight Moon again, and that's in there. So you can see behind me I have other Halloween quilts, but those are the bulk of the collection from All Hallows Eve and Pumpkins and Blossoms. And again, I just wanted to show you guys that's what Pumpkins and Blossoms looks like in its entirety. And you could use the quilts like for some of these where I didn't use the greens, and then definitely add in the greens for an extra pop, like this one behind me, or like the Harvest Wreath. So hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and I hope that you are on your way to creating your own Halloween collection. Hi guys, another thing I wanted to show you real quick is that we have started adding these wonderful wool bundles whenever we can to coordinate with the new collection, if we don't already have that palette in a wool bundle. So for our upcoming Strawberries and Rhubarb collection that will be in shops hopefully within the next month, there's a picture of the bundle, and this is our Strawberries and Rhubarb wool bundle that coordinates perfectly with that for some fabulous wool projects. So then that's one combo. And then with this collection, the Pumpkins and Blossoms, we have our Trick or Treat grouping. It doesn't have the green in there, but it has that classic Halloween feel. So you could obviously add in some green wools. We also do have a Christmas one coordinated with Christmas figs and any of our Christmas palettes, and our very popular Americana Rose summer wool bundle. So we have all these we sell through United Notions Moda, as well as Weeks Dye Works, who are the folks that hand dye all of these for us. So they're just a fantastic add-on for you to play with when you're working with the line if you're one of our customers, and if you're a shop, it's just a wonderful thing to carry to coordinate. So I just wanted to show you guys those in case you weren't aware that we have those coordinating wools.